rooted in substance. Today, we talk with our pads. You talk with your helmet, right? Every moment. The Cinderella story is over, man. Right? They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins. There's a difference, right? There's a difference, right? This game ain't going to be played in Hollywood. It's going to be played on the grass, right? It's going to be played on the grass. Let's go.
We're gonna continuously be questioned because we do things that have never been done. That's the way our life has presented ourselves. We do things that have never been done, and that makes people uncomfortable. When you see a confident black man sitting up here talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. Oh, they don't like that. But guess what? We're going to consistently do what we do because I'm here and ain't going nowhere. And I'm about to get comfortable in a minute.
Is Colorado football really overrated? Is it really all just for clicks and views? In this video, I'm going to recap the 2023 season for the Colorado Buffaloes football program and give my predictions for the 2024 season. If you're sensitive to criticism, don't watch this video.
Niggas talking big money, niggas talking little money. I seen dog. Man, they thought this shit was gonna never come. You know, the game of seesaw, nigga. Ups, downs, up, down.
Yo, what's up, family? This is your guy, Endo G. This is Endo Sports. We're talking about recapping the 2023 season for the Colorado Buffaloes football program and my thoughts on that. I think overall, we got what we expected to get. If you were a super fan, then what you expected was probably a little bit more than what you got. You expected maybe undefeated, 1 or 2 loss season. I can tell you I was not one of those. I am a fan of Coach Prime, a.k.a. Deion Sanders. Been watching him since he was in the NFL, when he played for the Atlanta Falcons and he played for San Francisco 49ers with Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. Steve Young, he played for Dallas Cowboys with Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin. I think he had a short stint at the Washington Redskins, and then he retired as the Baltimore Ravens with Ray Lewis and some of those guys that were on Baltimore at that time. I believe this was an exciting hire for me. When Coach Prime was coming out of JSU, I started following his last 2 years of coaching JSU. I believe those were 2 really good seasons as far as playing for or coaching a HBCU team into this Celebrity Bowl and losing only 2 games to his 2021 season and then only 1 game for the 2022 season. I think that was a good way to come in on a good high coming into Colorado. I think Colorado made a good choice at coach. I think that we all need to separate that. What we know of Deion Sanders is that Deion Sanders is an outspoken guy. He is a motivational speaker. He's a teacher. He's a coach. He's a player, a Hall of Famer. So you have to put all those things into one, and that's why you hear the things that you hear come out of his mouth. He's very confident. But I think the difference now is that this is the new age. He comes from an age where social media wasn't a big thing. So when he says things and maybe things don't possibly happen the way he says them, then, I think there's a lot of people that go and take his quotes for everything he says and take it a little overboard. You know what I'm saying? That's why we get these comments that is Colorado overrated, or is it overhyped, or what's going on with Coach Prime, you know what I'm saying, with the issues with the OC and the DC. Why did it take so long? My personal opinion is that we all should have knew that with him coming in as a new coach in the Power 5, that was going to be difficult for him to find a solid OC in the DC after all that's happened in the 2023 season. I also want to point out that I think a lot of people do not talk about that we could have possibly went 1-11 again in this season. let's look at some of the games that we could have lost. I think personally that Colorado State was really up for grabs. If Jimmy Horn Jr. didn't make that catch, do we really win that game? And the question is, did Jay Norvell lose the game or did Coach Prime win the game? You know what I'm saying? We all watched the game. We all stayed up late. We seen Travis Hunter get hurt. There was a lot of questionable plays out there, to say the least. I believe that the Oregon game was really the downfall for Colorado football program, and the famous Dan Lanning speech where he was talking about clicks and views. I think that hurt a lot of their publicity as far as the hype that comes along with Colorado. I believe that the USC game also showed some of our weaknesses. I believe one of our big weaknesses was the O-line and the D-line. I think that this year we got that corrected. I hope that the new transfers that's coming in to Colorado really show up and show out. Let's see, I'd like to say that I want to hold back on the hype of saying that all these players are going to be as good as we say they are. You got to remember last year, he came in talking about he was bringing in Louis Luggage, and you know how everybody feels about that conversation. Some of those players were good. Some of those players, not so much. We didn't even get to see certain players like Alto or McCaskill. We didn't get to see much of Juju play. We didn't get to see Crevassier Smoke play. Those are all players that we were excited about coming into the 2023 season. And now we got these new players coming into the 2024 season like Jordan Seaton, LaJohntay Wester. I'm excited about Shidozi Nwanko. The offensive linemen that we got coming in, those guys look like they're ready to play. I don't know if it's all talk. I'd like to wait till spring ball before we go out there and just start picking out which games we're going to win, which games we're going to lose. I believe the Big 12 is going to be more difficult than everybody thinks. I think that we have a good team coming into the Big 12 and conference this year for the 2024, but I'm excited to see when they get the pads on the spring ball. I like the new running back that they have. I like to see the Michael Welch, I believe his name is. He looks like he's going to be a good future leader for the Colorado Buffaloes football program. I'm excited to see what Pat Shurmur and Coach Robert Livingston's going to do for the OC and the DC as far as coaching those kids up. I want to see if these coaches help improve the situation that was going on from last year. Are we going to get more of the same? Is it going to be more of a 90 or 80-20 on the passing versus running? Is it going to be, are we going to get to see Shedeur throw the ball a lot this year? Are we going to get to see Dylan Edwards or Alto McCaskill run the ball this year? Everybody's going to question who's starting. I'm not going to get into that debate because I still am not sure yet. I just know that I'm excited about the 2024 season because after 2023 and all the up and downs and then us to end up 4-8, I just really, think that we need to sit back and relax and take the time to really evaluate the coaching schemes and the players that we have coming into this new scheme and these new systems and just see how that's going to play out in the Big 12. Like I said, do you think that we could have just as easily went 1-11 from the last season? Those games against Colorado State was really close. We could have easily lost the game against Arizona State. That was 27-24. You know what I'm saying? That could easily not win in our favor. The Stanford game, everybody says we could have easily won that, but I'm not sure on that game. Every time I look at that game, I still think that we would have lost based on certain situations and based on how the O-line was blocking. I think the UCLA game versus Chip Kelly was a pretty good game. That was a game that I enjoyed watching. Oregon State was a rough game. I believe that was one of the rougher games for Shedeur as far as getting sacked by the defensive lineman. He was on the ground a lot. That game against Washington State, oh my God, that game was crazy. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of big plays in that game, and I think that game really showed where Colorado stood as far as the Pac-12. I think that's why everybody's kind of worked up about how the Big 12 season is going to go next season. So I'm unsure. I'd like to venture out and say that we're going to win at least 8 or 9 games. I was picking next season for us to go 8-4 or 9-3, but I also want to hold back on those predictions because I want to wait and see if and how this team is going to work out up until spring ball. Are we going to keep all the players that we have? What players are leaving and going back into the transfer portal after the spring game? You know, these are all questions we got to ask. Will we lose half the team again? Will Coach Prime have to replace half the team again? You know what I'm saying? We're learning a whole new team. We're going into a whole new conference. So we're learning whole new rivalries and whole new, other teams that we got to play against. I believe there's 4 teams that we're going to have rematches with this year. That's going to be, I think, Arizona, Nebraska. Let's see, who else we play again? I know we play Colorado State, and I'm not sure about the other team that we play this year. I think it's TCU we may play again this year, but I know we have 4 rematches this year. I'm looking forward to those rematches. I believe that Colorado State versus Colorado is going to be a really good game, possibly some fights in that game. So if that's what you guys like to see, tune into that game. So what do you guys think? You think we're going to make it to the playoffs? Are we a playoff team? Do you think that we're going to get close to a conference championship this year? If Colorado doesn't make a conference championship, but say they're a 2-loss team, do they still make the playoffs? How do you feel about that? I want to thank you guys for watching my videos, and shout out to all the subscribers. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Hit the comments below. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Share this video. We're trying to get up to 100 subscribers, so you guys hit that subscribe button. Help me get there. This is your guy, Endo G. This is Endo Sports. We out. Peace.
I'm a wave, I'm the whole wave. I'm a wave, I'm the whole wave. I'm a wave, I'm the whole wave. Putting in that work, gotta get paid.